Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. This is breaking and this is, should I say, very worrisome? You're going to find out in a moment. My colleague is also in the house. Don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu right now is in Sokoto prison, but he's supposed to appear in court come 28th of November. But a lot of things are going on right now. Let's quickly dive into the news to find out why there seems to be so much agitation around all of this drama. Don't forget, some few days ago, Ojuzo Kalu talked about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of things he didn't agree with Nnamdi Kanu on. Check our playlist to get to see the video. But also, IPOB have also decided to slam him on so many issues. In fact, insisting that he should keep his mouth shut if there's no one to say anything reasonable. But let's find out what is going on in court as drama is unfolding. As according to the news that we gathered, the Abuja Federal High Court refused to issue a warrant that will authorize the management of Sokoto prison to transport indigenous people of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu to Abuja for a scheduled settlement of records for his appeal. The IPOB leader's brother Prince Emmanuel alleged some few minutes ago. A settlement of records at the registry of the Federal High Court is part of the procedure for filing appeals at the Court of Appeal. Kanu's brother, Prince Emmanuel, who said some certain things, I'm going to give you full details, provided copies of summons issued by the registrar of the Abuja Federal High Court directing the IPOB leader to appear on November 28, 2025 for the appeal record settlement. A message forwarded by Prince Emmanuel read, and I quote, This is a summon to Nnamdi Kanu to appear on November 28 at the Federal High Court in Abuja for the settlement of records regarding the appeal he filed prior to the November 20th judgment. A production warrant is required for the Sokoto prison to transport him to Abuja, but the court declined to issue it. And the summons dated November 11th, 2025, signed by Ojonogwa Thomas, Principal Registrar 1, reads, and I quote, Summons to parties by registrar to settle records in compliance with Order 8, Rule 2 of the Court of Appeal Rules 2021. Now, take notice that all parties concerned are required to appear before me at the appeal session of the Federal High Court Headquarters, Plot 1048, Sub 710, Cadastral Zone A 100 off Shehu Shagari Way, Central Business District, Abuja, on the 20th day of November 2025 at the hour of 11 o'clock a.m. to proceed with settlement of record of appeal therein. Now, the appeal in the charge numbered FHC/ABG/CR/383/2025 is between Nnamdi Kanu, the appellant, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the respondent. Report has that Kanu was on November 20th, 2025, sentenced to life imprisonment after his conviction on terrorism charges by an Abuja Federal High Court presided by Justice James Omotosho. He is currently serving the sentence at the Sokoto prison. My colleague is in the house. It's getting very interesting. A lot is at stake here. I wouldn't know why the same court or why the court of Nigeria do not want to sign that agreement for him to be transported. What's your take?
Well, I think that there's a lot of issues surrounding Nnamdi Kanu's case. He has already been convicted of terrorism, and one of the requirements of James Omotosho was that he should be held in a protective prison, that's custodial center. In other words, it should be a place, since he is a high-profile personality, and the case is a high-profile case, that he must be put in a prison that is well protected. And information gathered have it that Sokoto prison is now overly protected, to prevent being who he is. Is not just an ordinary person. Is one person that have garnered a lot of support from Biafrans and all of that. So right now, they're doing everything to make sure that he's kept protected. Be that as it may, trying to move him to Abuja, considering his case, considering also his status, considering the level of insecurity in Nigeria right now, it requires just more than, releasing him, because there must be enough protection for him, protection for those who are going to be carrying him down there and all of that. So right now, that particular issue is it's going to be a difficult one. I don't know how they're going to handle it, but I think that personally, for there to be swift handling of that case, that particular case should be transferred to a high court in Sokoto State, because Sokoto State have a high court no matter what. So transferring it down to Sokoto State will help to quicken everything so that the case can be handled, and then whatever that comes from it can further determine whether it's going to stay in prison or not.
Are you saying now that the appellant, who happens to be Nnamdi Kanu or his brother, will have to go now, withdraw from where they are, down to Sokoto for that to take place? That's one. Or would it now be said that the federal government themselves will have to be the one to push it out of that place to Sokoto? And what is that thing they're really scared of? Are they scared that Nnamdi Kanu supporters will intercept his movement between Sokoto and Abuja, judging the fact that this same government seem to be negotiating with bandits? But when it comes to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, all the laws of the land are all well enacted. What could really, what do you think would be the next line of action now? Because they shouldn't, in all sincerity, deprive him of his right to appeal. Now,
first of all, the topmost in the list is the issue of insecurity. Because in Nigeria already, we know how tense the government is as it has to do with the issue of insecurity. Yeah. And right now, no one can tell, apart from just Nnamdi Kanu, his supporters intercepting and all of that. Don't also forget that there are a lot of Northerners who do not even like him. You understand? There are a lot of them too that like him. So if anything happened in the process of transferring him, maybe there's an attack and whatever happened to him, I mean, we know what will happen. It's going to be a national outrage. So everyone is trying to protect themselves. Just cast your mind back when Nnamdi Kanu comes to court, when he was in the custody of the DSS, the bevy of security personnel. Before he gets there, they block some places. Nobody should pass through those places. They will even tell you how many people will go into court. Up till now, a lot of people are not still okay with the fact that he is in Sokoto prison. A lot of them are not okay with that. So moving him will require so much funding, so much funding on the part of the federal government, because it's their responsibility. It's the custodian, that's the prison themselves that will take up that responsibility of moving him down there. The police may be brought in, but it's their own responsibility because this is a convict. So being a convict, they are the ones charged with that responsibility. So much is required because security personnel must be brought in. So if anything happen and you lose him, whether it's a case of maybe his followers, though they are trying to be very peaceful right now, or it's going to cost so much. So right now, it will be so much wisdom for the case to be moved some way closer than keeping it as far away because of number one thing. That movement is no problem. But insecurity in Nigeria, even the government cannot handle it. So we have got to be careful. All right, let's see how the government plays this out because all Nigerians are watching. Let's meet in the comment section. Let's wrap this up.